Happy Wednesday.
Happy Wednesday.
Happy Whiskey Wednesday.
Happy Women Whiskey Wednesday.
Happy last Women Whiskey Wednesday of the month. Ooh, we're stretching on this.
How is everybody? I hope good. Oh, there they are.
Yay!
Yeah, now we see you. Let's see who's here. Okay, we've got Five Fingers says high five. IC86 says cheers, everyone. Cheers. And Jerry Black is here. Cheers, Jerry Black. And Whiskey Mountains, she just got home from work. Gonna miss it, but be watching the replay tomorrow.
When you watch the replay tomorrow, no, I'm very excited to see you in less than 48 hours. I'm okay. Okay.
And John T is here. Cheers, everyone. IC86, Regs Lugo. Just in time, salute to all.
Dude.
Mr. Whiskey Shits. Fifth Quarter Tailgate is here. Dan O.B. is here. And let's see who else. Big Vic Backyard BS is here.
Hey, Big Vic.
Jeffrey Wack is here. Hello again, whiskey friends. Hello. Okay. Jeb Singleton is here. Chris SBWE is here and has been waiting for this one.
Good. Me too.
Livewire Whiskey's talking about that giveaway that we're doing tonight, and Mike is nice enough to be tracking for us.
Thank you so much, Mike.
I know.
You're amazing.
Time for a Dram. Time for a Dram says, well, hello, ladies. Anyone headed to Austin next weekend? You know, I have tickets for it, but I'm not going to make it because we've just been traveling back to back. So sadly, it's going to be our first year to miss it. So, yeah, way to bring that party down. No, just kidding. Just kidding. Sorry.
Next.
Saber Vito Elsa. Cheers, beautiful ladies. Cheers to you. Todd Bellinger's here. Yahoo! I'm here, ladies. Let's get this party started. Cheers forever. Cheers to you, Todd. We have Whiskey Nose is here. Cheers, lady. Have a great trip to Vegas.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you. Tim Ayette is on my patio and telling everyone to hit the like button. Mark Vasco's here. Hey, Mark, how you doing? Good to see you. Whiskey Central. Shayla's up late. It's past your bedtime, Shayla.
I know. Thank you.
Four Leaf Whiskey's here. Cheers, Stacy. How are you? All right. Oh, Tree is here. Tree's saying hello.
There's someone else here saying.
I know the puppies are kissing my toes.
I'm getting little toes from a little yellow pupper.
Okay, and I think we're all caught up.
Okay.
Woo. Hi.
Hi.
Ooh, this is going to be a good one.
I'm super excited.
Me too.
Yes.
I'm actually a little anxious. There's so much.
So much.
I'm a little anxious.
We have to keep each other on track though, because there are so many rabbit trails that you can go off on this one.
Agreed.
It's a big deal.
So, real quick, we'll go over a few things before we get started.
Yes.
I mean, we are doing the case of Ted Binion.
Yes.
And we're making a sidecar, Bourbon Sidecar.
Bourbon Sidecar.
Yes.
I'm so excited.
And the Mystery Box giveaway.
Yes.
I mean,
boxes.
It's good boxes. It's going to be a good night. It's going to be a fun night. Let's see. Rye Guy is here, by the way, and says hello.
Hello, Rye
Guy. Okay. I came in a little sideways.
She was jerked in the corners.
Okay. So yes, we are doing the death of Ted Binion, who is the son of Benny Binion.
Yes.
We'll get into that a little bit later. We are doing the giveaway at the end of the stream tonight. There's going to be 2 winners. So as usual, we'll touch base on that again when everybody's kind of had a chance to settle in. But off the top, again, it's 2 chances to win at the end. Mystery Box 1 or Mystery Box 2. Every $5 gets you into the giveaway and helps support our channel. If you, like many of us, just aren't in a position to do that, just go up and hit that like button. That really helps us as well.
Yes.
So, thank
Great
you.
Support, free. Thank you.
Free support.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. You want to, let's make a cocktail.
Yes, please.
Okay. Did you get the
You
ice?
know what we didn't? Yes, I did get the ice.
Okay.
And then I left it on the counter. Hey, Tim.
Go get the ice. I'll
Can you
entertain.
bring that in?
I'll entertain.
And in the meantime, we also have to decide what bourbon we're using because we didn't decide that either.
Okay.
You're back.
Right. You know, you gotta love us, right? I mean, It's us. So, what do we got going on here? Looks like fifth quarter tailgate's already in for 2 entries. Well, did your husband hear you?
No, I
Well,
just ran that fast.
She's a sprinter.
Whew. Whew. Yeah. So it was really great.
Are you putting whiskey balls in the shaker?
So we ran out of cubed ice. So we have a couple ice balls in there. And I scooched my stool back.
Okay.
Oof.
Whiskey ice balls in the cocktail shaker.
It'll work.
It'll work.
It'll work. We'll put you on mute. You don't have to hear it.
Oh, goodness.
Okay.
So we are going to make the Bourbon Sidecar.
Yes.
You're going to walk us through it, right?
Yes, but we need to pick a bourbon.
Okay. We didn't turn our lights on, by the way.
We're winning!
Hey, guys, what bourbon should we put in this sidecar?
Yeah, maybe I'll mix everything else while we get some suggestions. So, in addition to 2 ounces of bourbon, we need 1 ounce of Cointreau or triple sec.
Or some kind of
or
orange.
some kind of orange liqueur. So we are using orange curacao because
the other
it
stuff
sounded
was
good.
like, the other stuff was like hard to find. Came in a little bottle and was like way too expensive. I'm like, no,
Yeah.
this is
Good.
fine.
This is great. Absolutely wonderful. We need 1 ounce of it, but there's 2 of us,
So 4.
so
No.
we're doing 2 ounces. Yeah, pretty much.
Hey, Richie Z is here.
Richie Z, hello.
Can't stay, but wanted to say hello. Cheers, lovelies. Glad you stopped in, Richie. It's very good to see you. Okay. Smoke Wagon Small Batch is one suggestion.
It's a suggestion.
Let's see, for a sidecar with orange, what if we... You guys are not doing very good at this
I
whole
know.
give us
Oh my
suggestion things.
You know what I did?
What?
I squoze the lemons.
You hand squeezed it?
Yes, I did. You don't even have one of those like squeezer juicer things.
I don't. It's by hand.
Yep.
Okay. What's your
Yeah.
lowest shelf bourbon? Says Jeb. I don't know. It's all the way down there.
You know what?
What?
Wild Turkey 101 might be good in this.
It's a whiskey.
That's true.
Okay. How about? Okay. See if it works. Let's do. You know what? Let's just do a plain old.
You say plain old, like there's anything plain
I
old.
know. I'm
Everything as far as
like I'm
spectacular.
overthinking it. Let's just do some bullet or something. I mean, that's not plain old. But...
Mark says OF 100 might be good.
Oh.
Do we have any of those open?
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
Yes, we do. Is it down there?
That's the WoW one.
Oh, the WoW one.
Oh wait.
Pikesville says Romano. That's actually a really good choice.
No, that's closed.
Oh, okay. We're making this way too hard. I'm gonna grab the 1910, and we're gonna go with it.
Okay. All right, and then we need 3/4 of an ounce of lemon juice because there's 2 of us. It's 1.5 ounces.
Ooh,
And again, fresh squeezed. I'm very proud of this, and I'm gonna make an absolute mess.
you know what though? I have to say,
I didn't make that big of a mess. You have to say
isn't
what?
it Mark Eminecker that always gives us so much crap for not fresh squeezing stuff?
I think so.
Where is he?
I know.
I mean, really?
Come on, man.
You give us all that crap, and then don't even show up to see if we did it.
All the sass and none of the presents. Okay. So, and then we need that back for sure.
You're making a
Can
mix.
you pass me one of those towels? Okay. Yeah, Bart,
Well, and that's what I was wondering, Mark, but I think there's a better choice I could have done, but
this is gonna be
it was
great.
within arm's reach,
gonna
and
be
it's not. I mix it with everything.
So we need 2 ounces of this, but for us 4. Maybe
4
for us
ounces.
6, I don't know.
The way my day's going, just
It-
4.
Say when.
Oh. Okay, there. I finally got the stream up on my phone so I can see what people are doing. What'd you do?
I put in a little extra by accident.
Oh, darn. Experiment and give it a go, says Mark.
Yes.
That's,
I'll let you
I
put
like
the
the
cork
way
on
you think.
Okay, then we need some ice. Which, do you want me to pour this in, throw the lid on, and shake it all at once?
Yeah, so let's do this. I'm going to mute the mic while
Okay.
she does her shaky dance.
Perfect.
That's
Perfect. Ready?
Okay, good. Oh. Chris says a little extra by accident. Is your middle name Accident?
Knitted. All right. And here we go. And I popped these into the freezer for like the last hour.
Can I show this off?
Yes.
Okay. I don't know if you guys can see this very well, but when we went to Michigan, can you see it at all? No, it doesn't show. Dang it. Maybe. No. Anyway, it's maybe that way. It's a Sugar House coupe glass that we got when we went to the Sugar House in Michigan.
They're so cute.
And it was such a great place.
I
had some great pours. But while she's pouring this, thank you. I have to tell you this story. So we got to try some great stuff. And
hang on. This is gonna work. Oh, it's fine. There we go. Okay. It just had to work against you guys. Life is good. All right.
That was aggressive.
We were.
So anyway, we're at the Sugar House having these pours, and I can't remember. And Will's gonna kill me because I was told him I was gonna tell this story. I want to say it was a 64-year-old whiskey. Yeah, 64 or 67.
And a garnish.
Nice. Okay, wait. Let's show this off first. Cheers.
Thank you. Cheers. Happy Wednesday.
Happy Wednesday.
That's nice. I thought it was going to be super lemony.
That Old Forester 1910 works really well in that.
That's a good one. I mean, I don't have anything to compare it to, but I can tell you this is good.
That is weird how it kind of mutes the lemon into the orange.
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mike says it's too bad we can't do the milkshake, Sean, when we shake it.
I was doing the milkshake. Well, she was, yeah. Emily Chambers, night, my favorite peoples. Remember to feed the YouTube fully. Okay, I'm sorry, I got sidetracked. So, in my story.
Yes.
64 or 67-year-old bourbon that he's drinking, right? We smell it. Oh, it smelled so good. And we're like, oh, that's amazing. Taste it. It was flat. It was nothing there. I don't know if it was just so old that everything just went away. It was awful. In fact, he dumped it in his old-fashioned. Oh. Most expensive old-fashioned I have ever seen.
No kidding.
So.
But it was a smoked old-fashioned, right?
No, I think I did the smoked old-fashioned. I don't think he did.
Okay.
Yeah. But, yeah, that was, anyway, I don't know why I got off on that tangent since we are on limited time tonight because there's so much information in this. So much information. Okay, let's talk about the giveaway real quick.
Yes.
All right, so we've got the mystery box giveaway. Livewire Whiskey is who's tracking it. If you do it through Super Chat, you don't have to worry about it. If you choose to go PayPal or Venmo, which those are in the description of the video, make sure you tag Livewire Whiskey with your number of entries to make sure that you get entered in. Mr. Lopez says, cheers to the wonderful women of whiskey and to all the wonderful people watching along as well. Mr. Lopez, cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers, friends that are with us tonight. Thank you for hanging out with us. That is really good.
It is good.
Yeah.
Go.
It's, yeah, good job. Yeah. High five. Is that sticky? Okay.
Yeah, I'm working on it.
Okay. Livewire super chats $10 for Big Vic because he never wins on Livewire.
Excellent.
Nice. Thank you for that, Livewire. James Morgan says, evening, Michelle and Kathy. Evening, James. Glad you're here. So, okay, let's get into this, shall we? Because there's a lot to get through, and it's quite the ride.
Yes.
I've been wanting to do this case for so long. For those of you who don't know, I lived in Vegas for a moment. My aunt has been in Vegas for 25 years. And when I moved there was right in the middle of just coming off the end of the first trial. Mm-hmm. And it's crazy bonkers. And then my aunt, who's such a Las Vegas history buff, is always telling me the ins and outs. I'm going to try not to go down those rabbit holes tonight.
We're going to try real hard.
We're going to tell the story.
Real hard.
So, Bubble Bath Bourbon, let's go! Let's go! Hey, Nate, how are you? Okay, so do you guys know who Binion is? Okay, let me tell you. So Binion, he was a badass dude. He was a convicted murderer. He was a moonshiner. He was a gangster. He basically anybody or anyone that said no to him did not fare well. He's what did he do? He bought the Apache Hotel and the Eldorado words.
Eldorado.
Yeah, Eldorado. Thank you. And he opened Binion's Horseshoe in 1951 in Vegas. Now, the crazy thing about that is that's when like Bugsy. Oh wow, I don't know what I'm talking about. I have no idea.
Your mind is on page 2.
It is. I know.
Okay.
Bugsy. What is Bugsy's name? I just totally lost
Bugsy
it.
Siegel.
Thank you.
Yes.
Anyway, badass dudes were running Vegas, and there wasn't much going on. So anyway, Binion, he's a badass man.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, we'll go with that. So this case is about his son, Ted Binion.
Yes.
It is all connected. It all goes around in a circle.
Oh yeah.
But before we get there, I have my paper here because I do actually take this part very seriously.
Yes.
So this is our little disclaimer before we get started. So there's Mark Emmenecker.
There's Mark. Mark, I squeezed lemons for you.
She fresh squeezed those lemons, and you weren't even here. It's good to see you.
Disappointed. But
Okay.
also, yes, good to see you.
And Delphus Dogs. Hi, Dan. So here's my disclaimer. Are we ready?
Okay.
This case contains potentially triggering topics such as homicide, violence, drugs, and mental health. If you feel that these topics may be too difficult for you to hear, we encourage you to listen to your inner voice and wait to join us next week in chat. Also, we take these topics very seriously. However, we may use humor or lighthearted comments to tone down the darkness. So I promise we are not making light of the pain. We are just finding a way to share some true crime without spreading doom and gloom.
Yes.
We do not claim to be professionals. All of our content comes from research we have done. However, it often relies on interviews, court documents, and other sources that could be influenced of opinion. This is not meant to be your only source of facts on this case. All right.
Okay.
Disclaimer.
Now we have fun.
James Morgan likes a good disclaimer. Okay. So.
Oh.
Yes.
We didn't talk about the mystery boxes. Did we?
We did not.
Okay.
Do you guys want to know what's in the mystery boxes tonight?
I
Okay. Okay. So, in lieu of this wonderful case that we're doing, Kathy Jo thought it would be a great idea
I did.
to give away a bottle of Larceny B522
You'll understand why soon.
in the spirit of Larceny.
Yes.
In the other mystery box, we are going to have a mystery sample flight, as well as one of the Women in Whiskey's challenge coins. So you will win one or the other if your name is drawn at the end of the stream, and there will be 2 winners. So with that, every $5 gets you in. The usual ways to enter. So
Do you love the pink banner? I
It's
love the
so
pink banner. I love it.
did we do that?
Yes.
I mean, I knew I did the Women in Whiskey. I didn't know I did
It's
the banner.
tied in. It's great.
You did it.
I didn't. It's together.
Oh.
It's a theme. Big
Livewire, damn, I can't track now. Jeb Singleton, $20. Why is it that Ted B's are bad news?
Yeah.
I mean,
I am going to try my best not to slip up and say the wrong Ted B.
yeah.
I've said it in my head a few times, but I'm like, no.
I did too.
Different guy.
I did too.
Different end of the spectrum.
Which we're totally going to do that one on a content video.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, thank you, Jeb, for that super chat. Jeb is in for 4. All right. And I'm going to be honest with you guys, after traveling and all this stuff, so I'm going to rely heavily on my notes because this one's full of a lot of information. I don't want to screw it up.
Same.
Okay, so we know that Benny Binion came into Vegas and he bought the Apache and the Eldorado, and he opened up the Binion's Horseshoe. Now, what he did was he raised the betting limits higher than all of the competitors, and he changed gambling in Vegas.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it was like, he's like, you don't come here to bring your date on a fancy dinner. You hang your hat, you kick some sawdust off your boots, and you gamble.
And he was the first one to offer free drinks.
Yes.
At the casino. Like, thank you, Benny.
And he
Big
introduced
fan of yours.
the $2 steaks.
Yes. And his motto was treat them right, show them a good time, and the rest will take care of itself.
There you
He
go.
figured it out.
My aunt said that the big thing about the horseshoe was it was known as a place to hang your hat. That was kind of the motto. They had commercials out, a place to hang your hat.
Yeah.
So,
he's also very famous at South Point.
oh,
This statue is the South Point. It's the Benny Binion statue. And if you have anything to do with horses, rodeo, anything, you do not go to South Point without taking a picture in front of this. It's kind of a big deal.
So,
I do rodeo in there. I know you're surprised.
Oh, $10 super chat from Livewire Whiskey, 2 for Mashville, because like Vic, he needs a win. Okay. Good luck, Mashville. Thank you, Mike. So the way that Benny ended up in Vegas, real quick, I'm just going to touch on it because it is very similar to some things that happened later.
Yes.
So Benny started out in Dallas, Texas, and
Thought I got rid of that picture. Sorry.
that's okay.
We're back.
I didn't want to see
Hello.
our face anyway. So Benny, he was in Dallas, Texas, and he was running moonshine, he was gambling, and he had the protection of a local politician, and he became the mob boss, really, of Dallas.
Yeah.
And so he got into this feud with some local gamblers, and after some attempts on his life, he's like, peace out, and headed over to Vegas, and he's like, I can work with this. I got this town.
Yeah.
So, Mark Vasco, you got to get that rodeo in there.
It's not a stream unless. I just got this one out of the way early.
Oh my goodness. So he got the horseshoe up and running, and like the kids were all part of it. The wife's running the cage, and eventually I think his daughter was managing part of it too. Because Benny lost his license, and what was he doing? He went to prison.
Yeah.
That'll do it.
Yep.
Yep.
That makes it kind of hard to run a casino.
Tax evasion. So
Yes.
they took away his gambling license. So then his son Jack became the licensee holder, and then pretty soon Jack and Ted were running the shindig. So
Tax evasion. That's
okay.
I think I've heard this before.
All right, so that's the backdrop. Y'all got it? I need
Okay.
it. Ready? Okay.
Okay.
Cheers.
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 It's good stuff. Remind me of that when we're in Vegas and I can't
Jeb-
figure out what I want to drink.
Jeb Singleton says, as someone who lives in Dallas, this makes sense. I'll tell you that whole backstory. I could do a whole nother stream just on Benny Binion.
Oh my heavens.
He is a colorful character, let me tell you.
And I could show more pictures. I could show Tim and I in front of that statue in Vegas.
Right? Doug is in for 2. Thank you, Doug. I appreciate that. Okay. So Ted Binion was born in November 28th, 1943 in Dallas. He had 3 sisters and a brother.
Yes.
So he was the youngest brother. And so when everything went down, that's why Jack was the licensee.
Mm-hmm.
In 1967, when he was, I'm off again. 1964, at the age of 21, Ted became the manager. That's when Jack became the president.
Yes.
So, and Ted was like the face of the horseshoe.
And he was super good at it.
He was like hosting the big poker tournaments,
Great
hanging
customer
out with
service.
the beautiful women.
Yes.
He liked that. Hey,
Yes.
Eric Isaacson's in here.
Oh, hey.
Cheers. But yeah, he loved the spotlight. He loved being Mr. That, and so he was life of the party, and maybe a little too much life of the party. He really kind of went down that.
He overindulged a little bit.
Yeah.
But we'll get there.
Got the Rat Pack You Never Drink Alone shirts this week. Nice. So he's hanging with famous people. He's partying. He's indulging in a little pot, a little drink, a little harder stuff, a little X. I mean, he's starting to really feel his jam.
Yeah.
And so in 67, Marvin Shumate, did I say that right? Shumate?
I think.
Shumate?
I'm not sure.
Well, Marvin, I slaughtered your name. I'm very sorry.
And
Bill. And Bill Wade.
Margaret and Bill.
So Marvin and Bill planned to kidnap Ted and collect a big ransom. They're like, this is our payday. No more of this, doing this penny ante crap. we're gonna, and they were pretty popular on the gambling circuit. Like they were killing it gambling.
And like kidnapping people was a big thing in the mob at this time.
Yeah,
like, it was just kind of standard practice.
They're like, well, we'll kidnap him. We'll get the money from Benny.
Yeah,
and all will be good. But then Bill started chicking out because Marvin's like, wait a minute. After we kidnap him, we're gonna have to kill him.
Yeah, because otherwise Benny's gonna come after us.
And Bill's like, I didn't sign up for that. So, I mean, I don't know. Is there really a way that if you kidnap someone you know that you don't have to kill them?
I mean,
I'm sure
I've
there's
never
a way.
heard of it.
I'm sure there's a way.
But yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah.
So Bill, did you not see that part coming? I mean, I don't know, but
yeah.
Anyway, so Bill chickens out, and he went to quote the one honest cop in Vegas, and he said,
The one.
I'm so scared. I think we're supposed to do this, and I don't want it to happen, and I'm going to the law enforcement, the one I can trust, the rest I can't trust. Well, somehow Benny Binion found out from the one honest cop in Vegas.
Probably talking in the break room.
Yeah.
Who knows?
What's going on?
Yeah.
So, he truly believed it too. This poor guy. He totally believed it. So Marvin was taken out into the desert, and he never came back.
Nope. That was the end.
And Bill's like, I'm out. There's a whole thing. He's like in police custody for a minute, and then somehow got out of the police custody, and then basically he is lucky to be alive.
Yeah.
I heard he went to East Coast. So, Livewire Whiskey, we should do one extra entry for the best super chat of the night. I'm game for that.
I'm on board.
Who's going to judge that, though?
I will judge.
You will judge?
I will judge.
Do we have to agree?
Probably.
Okay. Best super chat of the night gets an extra entry.
Yeah.
That means that we got to pay. All right. So yeah, it's one of those things where they were going to kidnap him, and anyway, it didn't go anywhere. But now he's like, what the F?
Yeah.
And
like people wanted to kidnap me.
Yeah, starting now.
Yes, I agree, because I did not write down the earlier ones.
Okay. I wonder if they can hear our little air conditioner thingy.
Oh,
Can you guys hear the little fan in the
good
background?
question.
I mean,
We
usually turn it off, and we did not.
did not, but it feels
Definitely
really
did
nice.
not.
So if we don't have to, I'm okay with it.
Yeah. Hey, Zach Jones is here. Hey, Zach. Cheers, Zach. Zax. I didn't mean to say it like that. Zax. Okay. So, anyway, in 1986, Ted's out there. He's partying hard.
Yeah.
Life's catching up with him a little bit.
Oh yeah.
And he gets arrested on drug trafficking charges. So they're like, okay, Chris says can hear you just fine. Zeb says, nope, nothing's wrong.
Wonderful. Thank you. That is great news.
Gordon Banks says Love Wire should be the judge. Okay.
Also a plan. He might not want to. It was his idea. I think he should.
Yeah. So he gets arrested, right?
This is Ted, by the way.
This is Ted.
This is like 90s. His picture
And
of his thing.
and so in 86, he gets arrested for trafficking, and they start noticing his relationship with some of these shady characters, with some of these connected men. In particular, Fat Herbie.
Yeah.
So, I mean, Fat Herbie, is it Blitzstein? Blitzstein.
Yeah.
Blitzstein?
Blitzstein. I think it's Blitzstein.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Me and names, I'm gonna wreck them every time. So they start noticing. Is that the baby?
It's a mustard.
Oh well, bring the mustard up
All
then. She's crying.
Sorry.
Sorry, guys.
You can all forget. Hang on.
So then they're starting to watch. They're starting to keep an eye on him. And again, this is late 80s in Las Vegas. It is Wild Wild West. It is fun. The connected those connected men kind of got their hands in everything.
And at this point, like, mob people are like characters. Like, they are very famous. Like, they're basically celebrities. Like, everybody sees them walking downtown and they're like, oh, that's Fat Herbie.
Yeah.
Yeah, like,
I see 86 says the you're a cool dog.
I agree.
Yes. So, yeah, and it's also there in Vegas. It's a little different. The mafia or mobsters or connected men or however you want to say it, they do. They have their hands in the media, in politics, in all the casinos, and they took really good care of like the union workers and the people around them. And I mean, except for the ones that went out to the desert and never came back.
Yeah.
But other than that, they actually were, they took good care of people. So Ted was known to hide large amounts of cash and jewels and silver and stuff around his house, around his property, out in the desert.
Like he just hid.
It's like Nevada was his own personal mattress to shove his honey in.
Essentially.
Jeb Singleton, my girlfriend, has a black and tan doxy who is an absolute terrorist. Part of their charm, though.
This one's definitely chewing on my belt. Yeah.
Oh, well, I mean. Rex Luco's in for 5. Thank you, Rex.
Thank you.
Deathless Dog says mustard.
You're being called. Like, oh, okay, here I am.
Hello.
Honey. I
think Ellie's sleeping down there somewhere.
Yeah, she's out.
So anyway, this, they're doing their thing, and about this time, enter Sandra Murphy, aka Sandy Murphy.
Yes.
So Sandy Murphy is a 21-year-old beautiful girl who is from, I think it's Orange Grove, California.
23.
No? Oh, 23. Okay, thank you. Keeping me on point. 23-year-old girl from California that comes on a trip to Vegas with her friend Linda Carroll.
Beautiful.
Oh, so this is Sandy.
Yes.
And Sandy was very vivacious, and she walked with confidence. And they went in, and they were 2-week vacation in Vegas, right? They're excited. Lost all their money in the first day.
First day.
Rumor is it was right around $13,000, but it's gone. Yeah, Jeb, I mean, they lost thousands of dollars that first day, and then they're like, oh shit, now what? So they are at a topless nightclub in Vegas, and it's a very popular one. They're hanging out, and they meet Ted Binion, and who was Ted?
And Fat Herbie.
And Fat Herbie, that's right.
Yeah.
And so they're hanging out there with them and get to know him. Well, she decides that she needs to make up the money she's lost, so she dances at this establishment to make money.
Yeah.
Because she has no money.
Yeah.
Now, she swears up and down that she never danced there. She just ran into him there. I did find some actual transcripts of depositions, and from what they stated, she never technically got the working permit, the sheriff's card to work there, but she did for 2 weeks basically dress the part, do the dances. She danced on stage, and she made enough money, and in her words was $13,000 and more, or something along those lines.
She didn't work there.
Yeah. So Regs is watching and working YouTube and Venmo while on a treadmill.
Wow.
You are talented. You are talented, sir.
And we're just trying to drink and talk about a true crime.
I'm just trying to keep my dates and names straight as I tell a story.
Yeah.
So yeah, she she lost some money. She went to work, did some dances, made some money back. Meets a casino royal mobster guy, and hangs out with him for quite some time. So anyway, Regs Lugo, I'm on the clock tonight. Have a dram for me. Okay. Everybody have a dram for Regs Lugo. Poor thing's working. So they hit it off. She goes back to California for a minute, and then next thing you know, her and Ted Binion have hit it off. They're in love, and they are inseparable.
Yes.
And I read on one thing, and I only saw it once. I didn't see anything to back it up. That said she had made the comment that when they went on their first, he had a limo pick her up when she came back to Vegas, and then he invited his ex-girlfriend or something along. And she was
awkward.
like, oh no, if you're going to date me, you get her gone and you don't ever put me in that position again. You're not dating other people and you're dating me. And he went, I'm in love.
Hammer down. Good for her.
So I don't know. That's the story I got, but go girl.
Yeah.
So, and people that talk about this that were there say things like she looked like a Dallas cowboy on stage in a strip club. Like she just had the confidence and the poise and all of that.
Yeah.
So, so we are at 9:40. Don't forget, we are doing a giveaway tonight at the end of the stream. You will pick your mystery box. So at the end of the stream, you have to be here to pick your mystery box if your name is drawn. There'll be 2 winners. We have a Larceny B522 in one, and we have a challenge coin and a mystery sample flight in the other. $5 per entry. Do it through Super Chat, Venmo, PayPal. Just let us know, and Livewire Whiskey will get you in. Tim, she looked like an NFL football player.
Dallas Cowboys cheerleader Tim.
I'm saying.
You know what it is.
So, it does sound like the script of Casino. Yeah. Yes, Riggs.
Yes.
Don't worry, we still have your stuff sitting in a box to send off your care package because that was hard to watch.
Yeah. Yeah, that was rough.
Okay, so at this point in time, they're dating. They date for a while, and then in April of 1995, she moves in with Ted into his house, gets a credit card with her name on it, $10,000 a month allowance. He buys her a Mercedes, a black Mercedes convertible. He wants her to look nice. He wants her to look the part, and he doesn't want her to work.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, look where she was working when he met her. I bet he doesn't want her to work. But
and he asked her, please dress up. Please look nice.
Please look nice.
Yeah. Go get your hair done. Go get your nails done.
Yeah.
Like, he wanted her to look pretty.
Well, I mean, there is a look to keep up when you're running in that elite crowd.
Oh, yeah.
Especially back then.
Yeah.
80s and 90s, even 2000s, girls didn't go out in their sweatpants if they were hanging out with,
there were no leggings on the town.
Well, I don't know. In the 80s, there could have been some spandex.
That's true.
Pants. I don't know.
Yeah.
So in 1996, Ted was provisionally banned from his role at the Horseshoe. He had to do regular drug testing, and then he was banned from the premises of his own casino.
Yeah.
And he had to do these drug tests. In fact, one time, he shaved off all his body hair so that he wouldn't have to take a drug test for the gaming commission.
Because, in your hair, it lasts for,
30,
60, 90. I think it's 90 days. Yeah.
It's a lot.
In urine, it's 33 days, 72 hours. So, yeah, try and find a hair and test it.
Will you read that super chat, please?
Yes. Mark, it was wonderful. I did squeeze my own lemon juice. It was very entertaining. I only missed once and got it in my eye. And the drink is fantastic. Fantastic. You are currently winning best super chat of the day.
Oh,
for the record.
True. Did you see that look on your face just now?
No.
That was great. I'll go back and watch it.
That one?
No, that's another one. Okay. So, Livewire says, show these ladies some support and get entered to win.
Jerry saw that Mustard yawned.
Oh, no. Mustard yawned. Mustard.
Good call.
Mustard trying to get us
call. She was just biting my hand, too. That was not a yawn.
Okay. So now he's shaving his body because he doesn't want to take. No, he's really into black tar heroin at this point.
Very into it.
And he was terrified of needles, so he would spread it out on foil and smoke it.
And light it from underneath. And it was called Chasing the Dragon. Is the method it's called.
Yeah. I guess we probably shouldn't tell everyone how to do that.
Sorry.
I read it. It was a thing. It's okay. Don't ban us, YouTube.
Right, please.
So, but no, if they hadn't banned us for some of the other shit, they're not going to ban us for that.
That's true. Leggings night.
Okay. So anyway, he's really into this now, and he's trying to hide it from the drug commission. He's already lost his license. He's banned from his own casino. And then all of a sudden, Fat Herbie is killed execution style in his own home. Sitting on the ground in front of his recliner. Yeah. 3 shots in the back of the head.
Oh, yeah. They found him slumped over his recliner. Yeah.
Yeah.
on his knees.
I'm just like, well, you run with the fat Herbies.
Yeah.
Things are going to happen.
Yeah.
So at this point, I wonder if people are starting to go, okay,
She is a spicy mustard today.
spicy mustard. So
she wanted to be seen, James. She did.
oh no, yes.
Yeah.
Taste and sensibility. Poor Ted, $10. Poor Ted.
Poor Ted.
Yes, thank you for the super chat.
Thank you.
Yeah, Regs Lugo running with the devil. So I'm like trying to freak out. I'm trying to find out like I was trying to dig in and find out what was going on with Fat Herbie exactly and Ted Binion. I don't know, but all I know is it was there was a lot of people in that circle. There was the future Mayor Gordon was a lawyer at the time. There was a lot of players that kind of just skirted around the outside.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, Fat Herbie's dead, and they're like, Ted Binion's been hanging out with Fat Herbie a lot. We should keep an eye on him.
Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of what's been going down. Hey, Cheech is here. Hi, Cheech.
Cheech.
So after this happens, then someone, like 5 months later, shoots at Ted's window with a shotgun when they're all at home in the house.
Yeah.
Coincidence?
I think not.
So, at this point, they're assuming it's the same people, and then he fails another drug test, and they permanently take his license. He can no longer go into his own casino and run the floor and do the things that he's done. So,
the problem is
they voted to permanently revoke his license, and it was one of the first times they ever actually enforced this rule they had about casino representatives being with mobsters, not being connected to them somehow. I don't know. There's some professional
like they
wording
took a
for it.
stance and
like
we're not going to let the gaming commission.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So, so he's out living the high life. Now he's just going to fancy restaurants where the high and elite people go. And
he can't go to his own casino.
Can't go to his own casino. So he goes to a restaurant that's very popular with the higher end crowd. And he's in the restroom and he meets this guy, Rick Tavish. I mean, happens to me all the time. I go make lifelong friends in the restroom.
I mean, maybe at 1 a.m. in a cool bar, you meet some really cute people in the women's room.
No, at 1 a.m. the women's room is not a cute place to be.
That's true. All right, midnight. I wonder how some of those girls are doing.
Oh my god. Whew. Okay. So the one thing about Binion, what's going on there, is that he had this massive silver and silver collection and gems and things like that, mostly silver coins underneath the horseshoe in this huge floor to ceiling vault, just under there. So once they said that he couldn't be part of that anymore, he had to move it.
Yeah, like he can't go in and get his own stuff anymore. So where's he gonna put it?
What do you do with it? James Morgan says it's very quiet in the restrooms for men, as far as I know.
And clearly, people know where his house is because he just had his window shot through.
Yes.
So you can't take it home.
So it makes perfect sense to go all the way to Pahrump, Nevada, in the middle of town on his property, and put in a cement bunker.
Pahrum's like 45 minutes outside of Las Vegas. Yeah. Cute rodeo there too.
I actually looked at Pahrump for a minute, but anyway. So the best part was Rick Tavish had a trucking company. And so he contracted this trucking company to move all the silver, and Rick Tavish built this cement bunker out in the middle of the desert for all of his silver and shit.
And only Rick and Ted had the combination.
So,
and like the mentality was like, okay, who's going to go to, and it was in the middle of town. Like, it's not on the outskirts of town. It's in the middle of town.
Right.
And the mentality is like, who's going to go try and dig up and break into an underground bunker in the middle of town where they can be seen at all hours of the day? It's kind of smart.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, honestly,
I can see it.
Honestly, yeah, especially in Pahrump, there's no one there.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, so Livewire says apparently that the Best Kathy Joe compliment is going to win. I mean,
he recognized my hard work.
I don't know. Okay, we're getting ready to get into some juicy parts of this story. There might be better ones coming. Okay.
Larceny B522. I'm just saying.
I like that one actually.
Yeah.
I do.
It's nice.
I actually didn't know until probably this last year how much I enjoyed having larceny. It was always the Elijah Craig barrel proofs that I liked, and I really started enjoying the larcenies these last couple that came out.
You're good.
So,
You're gonna want this.
Anyway, but I don't know. I still really like Elijah Craig too. So
it's true.
It depends on the batch.
Yeah.
So then after this, now he's sad. He can't. I mean, he grew up in that casino. This was what made him who he was. He was Ted Binion. So he's sad. So what do people addicted to drugs do when they're sad?
More drugs!
More drugs! So he spiraled. He spiraled, and he went into this huge depression, and he was getting prescription pills, and he was smoking pot, and he was doing the harder drugs. And from what I understand, Sandy Murphy's like, I can't do this. This is awful.
Yeah.
Because she doesn't work or anything. She's just in the coffin with him, called their house. And so she starts kind of leaning on Rick Tavish a little bit. And
they didn't get along at first.
They did not.
But then they really started getting along better as time went on.
Chris, drive careful. Chris is heading home.
They just met in the spring of this year. 98.
So yeah, they started to get along. I agree. Drugs are crazy, and you probably shouldn't try meth because I'm pretty sure it is a gateway drug.
So I've heard. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I heard.
So then you've got this free-falling guy. You've got this good-looking guy named Rick Tavish that has, some, contracted truck company. You've got a fallen man from Grace who's just sad and kind of ornery,
Yeah.
Horses and Bourbons here. Good evening. How are you? I needed a reason to take another drink. And then you've got Bubba Bourbon saying, Livewire whiskey. I don't know. I'm pretty sure I accidentally did meth once and never did it again. I don't know. I see your choices in life sometimes and wonder about you.
We have photographic evidence.
I love you,
of the life choices.
I love you. Okay. So as he's free falling, on September of 1998, he orders 12 packs of heroin packs. They called it pieces. That's what the report said.
Okay.
12 pieces of heroin.
They're called balloons or something on the street.
Yeah.
12 balloons of heroin.
I don't know.
Something.
It said pieces. I'm going to go with, I'm pretty sure you're right. Hey, I watch crime shows. Oh, you'll never know what's in those cookies in Amsterdam. Yeah. So anyway, he gets 12 things of heroin and had his neighbor, who's a doctor, write him a script for 120 Xanax pills. I mean, it's kind of specific.
4 months worth if you take one a day.
Yeah.
But
maybe he takes 5 a day.
Maybe.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. You boys. Okay. So,
Mark
so that's,
recommends the Bourbon Sidecar. Me too. With fresh squeezed lemon juice.
Did you make it?
Did you squeeze the lemon juice?
Did you? Did you squeeze it? So that was September of 1998. September 17th of 1998, he is reported dead by Sandy Murphy. Sandy Murphy walks in. He's laying on a small mattress on the floor, and he's surrounded by foil packets and empty pill bottles. And, I mean, he's not breathing. He's not doing anything.
Yeah.
So she calls it in, and everybody's like, oh, it's a drug overdose. And Oscar Goodman says, I need to see this for myself. So he comes out. They're not worrying about...
He's the mayor.
At the time
he was an attorney.
At the time he was an attorney.
He was an attorney at the time.
bubble bath. It's got to be fresh squeezed. If I see that little yellow bottle of garbage, I'm out.
Fair.
Okay.
Fair.
Are these the prizes for the giveaway? Just kidding. So, yeah, so they find him, and he's got this stuff. They're like, oh, it must be an overdose. They're not preserving the crime scene. They're not. And Ted's sister is like, no way. This does not look right. I know that my brother was, kind of a degenerate at this point,
like,
but no, this
foul
is
play.
Yeah, and a couple of the detectives are like, no, it looks staged. There's something not right.
And she wanted it like, you guys need to treat this as a homicide.
Yeah, and honestly, looking at it, when I was there after the first trial, I was kind of like, oh, she did it, and Rick Tavish, they were lovers, and now I'm like, with all the questionable characters of power that were around this, who really knows?
Let's get into that.
Okay,
let's get into that part of it. This is gonna be good. So
let me catch up on chat real quick. Kathy Jo made it about 5 minutes into the stream.
It made
the drink.
Mr. Lopez asked what's in a bourbon sidecar.
Okay.
Yes, bourbon, lemon juice, and an orange liqueur.
And Central wants to know if there's anybody going on after us tonight. Is anybody going on after us tonight?
You are alive and awake and well, my friend.
I'm so glad you're here, but
yes.
What's got you up so late? Okay. Are you contemplating life or what's the deal?
Pop this back here for a minute. We'll use it soon. Nobody worry. Don't worry. It does not have to be Quintra, just an orange liqueur.
What?
We're getting to this in a second. We're getting into the shady characters. Are you ready?
Yes, let's talk about shady characters.
Shady characters.
Colorful characters.
Yes, colorful characters. Okay.
Shady as shit.
Yeah. Okay. So, Ted's sister Becky was like, nope, this needs to be handled as a homicide. She was upset about the way the whole thing was taken care of. So the next day, so September 17th is when Ted was found dead in the home. September 18th, Becky went to the Las Vegas Sun, and she had them publish an article, and it was published by like 11 o'clock the next day. Like, it was no time whatsoever, just to say how much pull the Binions had in this town.
Well, and wasn't Becky the one that actually took over as president of the Horseshoe?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, exactly. So they published this article, and it was like all of her thoughts of like, this is a murder. Sandy and Ted have been fighting all week long. So, thank you, Mark.
Sorry, we did forget that. Now that you say that,
yes,
I said it's in the description. No,
the ingredients are in there for sure.
I like how Mark spelled orange though.
Orange.
At least he put it in.
I know. I like it.
Thank you though, Mark. I appreciate that because we dropped the ball on so many things today, but we still showed up for you. Yes, we did. I love that. Okay, go ahead. Okay. I'm so sorry.
No, you're fine. So Becky went to the Las Vegas Sun, had an article published saying this was treated totally different. Mentioned specifically like Ted and Sandy have been fighting all week. Like, okay, it's time.
Okay. All right.
It's time. So James Brown, who is the lawyer that was sent by Ted's family, is at Ted's house. And Sandy comes home, and James Brown says, oh, yeah, you're not allowed in this house. And she's like, this is my house. Yeah,
she's like, who are you to tell me I can't go in my house?
This is my house. And he's like, well, let's call the police. And she was like, yeah, let's do it. Let's call the police.
It hasn't been just a few years.
Yeah.
Like, that's her home.
That's home, yeah. So Brown, when the police get there, Brown's like, oh, yeah, she's a California resident. She can't be here. And so Sandy's like, here's my driver's license saying that this is my home address. So the police are like, yep, this is correct. This is legal. She's allowed to be here. James, you have to leave. So they kicked out James Brown. And so he left and went immediately to a local judge. Immediately.
And that's what you do.
Like, wasted no time. So Sandy went inside the home, and she was told by security that was there that Binion's family was in the process of taking things out of the home. So Sandy picks up the phone and calls Rick Tavish, her friend that she's been leaning on for.
She's doing more than leaning on him at this point. Let's call a spade a spade.
Okay, that's fair.
I mean, she's leaning on something.
So she calls Rick and she's like, hey, they're stealing from Teddy. For the record, she didn't say, they're taking my things. She said, they're stealing from Teddy. So Rick grabbed a video camera, got in the car, and drove over and said, all right, Sandy, here's a video camera. Go around and start recording everything that you see in the house so that then we have record that this stuff was in here. And if it goes missing later, we know we have evidence that it was here. So she started doing that, and he was like, okay, but I have to go. I have something else going on.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like, I got to go do something else. But here's
he leaves her there.
and leaves. So they start walking around taking video of the house because there was a will stating that if Ted died, Sandy would get $300,000, the house, and everything in it. Now, remember we said earlier that Ted was a looter and like he would just stash things places.
Everywhere.
Everywhere.
Like, every nook and cranny, he was stashing money and jewels
and collectible coins and all sorts of things. So, look at Shane. He says, can't wait till Friday.
Can't wait till Friday.
Okay.
Viva Las Vegas.
Okay. As in the running for the favorite super chat of the day, for the record. Okay. So, $300,000 and a house and everything in it. But because Ted was a looter, there was probably like millions stashed away in that house.
Oh, yeah. Minimum.
So, like, I totally get her, like, yeah, we're going to take video of everything that's in here. And as they were going around, there were a lot of, like, treasures and works of art that held a lot of concern for Sandy. Like, in the video, she's pointing to a painting and she goes, if this goes missing, I'm screwed. Like, there were very specific things that she was worried about. But Binion's family felt like Sandy was a greedy gold digger and was entitled to nothing. So they kind of went in and started grabbing everything.
Okay, so let me ask you.
Yeah.
Let's not decide if she did it or not.
Okay.
Do you think she was a gold digger?
They were together a long time.
Do you think she had pure intentions in the beginning?
Yes and no.
Okay, fair.
She seemed genuinely in love with him. Like
after 2 weeks.
Yes.
Okay.
Absolutely. So in the beginning, yeah.
I know. I mean, it happens to me all the time. I'm half naked in a strip club and I meet a man.
I know.
And I fall in love within 2 weeks.
Last Tuesday. I mean, just
I don't know.
You never know.
I mean,
things happen.
I'm not saying it can't happen.
Here comes Tim in the comments. What?
I'm not saying
and
it
you didn't
can't.
invite me.
It probably could happen.
I mean,
maybe it did happen.
Maybe.
However, I could see how her family would have misgivings about
His
this.
family.
That's what I'm sorry, his family.
Yes. But like $300,000 and a house, that's pocket change to them.
Yeah, I don't think that's all she was.
No, yeah, exactly.
Sorry,
Yes.
I don't know.
So she's running around. She's taking video of everything in the house. Cameras rolling. So, and in the process of her doing this, James Brown had come back with a letter from a judge that said that he was allowed to be in the house. So he was also walking around taking inventory. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Okay, hold on. I said, Regs, I firmly believe that every woman should at least do a credit check before getting married.
Yes, at least.
No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. That's funny shit. Okay, go on. I'm so sorry.
No,
sometimes something catches my eye.
Oh, yeah.
Except the bubble bath. My relative married a stripper, and she didn't take all his money. Granted, he didn't have any, but that counts.
But that counts.
You know,
Yes.
hopes and dreams.
So, next day, September 19th. That was all September 18th. September 19th, Rick, and this is like 2 a.m, Rick Tavish plus David Matson and Michael Malone. Malone? I'm going to say Malone. Sorry, Michael, if we butchered your name too.
We do that. It's what we do. If you know us, it's the names. They get us every time.
Most of what we see is written. Okay, we just guess.
I don't know how to say it.
So they were found off of Highway 160 in Pahrump with a belly dump truck and trailer and a backhoe.
Yeah.
Digging up a vault.
And it was the backhoe that belonged to Ted Binion.
Yes.
Because they were on his property.
Yes.
Digging up the vault.
Digging up the vault.
That only Rick and Ted had the combination
Yes. We have butts!
But yay! We are now the one. We have butts. Oh my god.
And in the middle of the bots, we have another super chat.
Jerry
I'm also
Black.
in the running.
Love Criminals and Cocktails Week.
Yes.
Thank you, Jerry Black, for that super chat. You are in for 2.
Yes.
And then up here I saw Barry Dixon says, I'm late. You know, I had to kick my own box out.
I know.
You didn't do it. And
Oh, well, I'm talking.
I know that's true.
I'm talking here.
Oh, I'm talking here. Barry Dixon, I'm late to the party tonight. What did Mark Eminecker win? Well, so far he won the love of Kathy Joe from his wonderful compliment.
That's true. That's true.
And he's trying to win a Larceny B522
yes.
or a sample flight and a challenge coin from Women of Whiskeys.
Yes.
But, you know,
Bubble Bets. Look at what Bubble Bets said.
talking about strippers and butts show up, made it.
It's true. We should do this more often. I'm just so excited. This is great.
Wait, oh, I don't have a drink. I was going to choose you, but my glass is
So I'm going to
empty.
make you another one? No, we don't have time for that.
No, I'll
Okay, so-
Why does this not feel so cold?
They get caught because they're having so much fun.
We're having too much fun.
So they get caught with a backhoe and a belly dump trailer digging up all this stuff. Turns out, that was Ted Silver Collection. They get arrested.
They did get arrested.
They all got arrested September 19th
for
grand larceny.
larceny.
Larceny!
Just saying.
Okay.
Okay.
So, September 20th, next day, Rick Tavish makes bail. Sandy is the one who bailed him out. And
Sandy, where'd you get that money?
yes, Sandy. She
Bots!
bailed him out. Oh,
Bots again! Yay! I'm so excited you're here, guys. They want to help us find the perfect match. Go down to the strip
go
club.
to the strip club in Vegas.
Okay.
Get hired unofficially.
Oh, that was some larceny.
Oh my heavens. So Sandy bailed him out using her black Mercedes and a lot of diamonds as collateral.
Yeah, I love how they said that. A lot of diamonds.
A lot of diamonds.
Were they like diamond rings or were they loose diamonds? I don't know. I couldn't
a
find
lot
that.
of no, I couldn't.
All
Just
it said
a
was
lot of diamonds.
yeah.
Like that's what was written down
Oh goodness.
as collateral.
But
So
hey, she got him out.
yes.
You know.
So the investigation continues, and this is where things start getting fun. Okay, ready? So Becky, the sister who suspected foul play from day one, hired a private investigator. What are you doing? We are not bottle killing this right now. We have still got a lot of time on the clock. She's bottle killing it. All right.
It's barely any in there.
Guys, look at this pour.
Okay, but you can't leave that
Let me
in
put
the
it in front of
bottle.
my porcelain vase. Look at this pour. Okay, all
You
right.
can't leave it in the bottle.
All right.
All right.
Okay. So
Sorry.
Becky hires a private investigator. The medical examiner came out with the report and ruled lethal overdose of heroin and Xanax as the
That's not our fault. We sent someone
It's true.
specifically to get something, and
It's
that
true.
is what they came back
It's
with.
true.
And
We should run our own errands. Is essentially
I don't want to though, so I'm totally fine with it because I didn't have to go buy it.
somewhere down here we might have a shorty of something different.
I think my shorty's down here. Ellie.
She
Okay.
went out. I think she went out with my
Oh, then I don't know what's down there.
So
Oh, a shorty. Never mind.
sure. Oh. Smalley.
Yeah.
I do this every time it's a small. It's a shorty.
Okay. So
All right. So that's me.
rabbit hole.
So medical examiner was like, "Yep, easy, death by lethal overdose of heroin and Xanax." Okay. So that's our pour. Yeah, our pour is very impressive.
Jerry
Yeah.
Black. No, Jerry, I'm not. I haven't
Yes.
had anything else to drink but that little tiny cocktail. This will last me all night.
The autopsy report found that there was heroin in the stomach. The stomach.
Okay, yeah, wait. So we know he likes to put it on the foil and smoke it, and
Or something. I don't know. That's how I imagine it goes.
but
I was probably
they found
totally
it
wrong.
in his stomach.
In his stomach.
So was he
That's
like
not right.
chowing down on
Yeah,
it,
like
or
I
that's
still have a
just
little bit of this
weird?
left.
Yeah, one is a relaxant.
Mhm. Yeah. So, the investigators went through and looked through the house, could not find any gold, silver, money, etc. in the house. Interesting.
For a guy who puts that stuff, they found one dime in the bottom of the
That's true.
tube.
There was one dime in the bottom of the safe.
Was it the same?
In the very bottom of the safe,
I thought
like
it was a
almost
shoe.
tucked underneath of the door, there was a little dime.
Yeah.
That was the only money in the house. He stashed crap everywhere. Everywhere. So, James Brown, remember the family lawyer that we were talking about a little bit ago?
Yes.
Yeah. So he stated that the day before he died, Ted came to see him.
Oh, yeah.
And when Ted came to see him, he said, take Sandy out of the will.
Yeah. So the family lawyer.
Yeah, the family lawyer.
So the Binion family lawyer is stating that Ted went to him and said, take Sandy out of the will.
Take Sandy out of the will. So,
Again, so here's where I get confused. I get confused because honestly, part of me is like, oh yeah, then he knew something was up, and that's why this happened. And then the other part of me is like, I don't know, there were some sketchy people around this case.
We have no money in the house. We have the bill. We have the heroin in the stomach. We have okay, all right. That's a good start.
So that says #sus.
Sus. Yeah. Okay. I'm just grabbing some more flags out here for getting them ready. So
she's right there.
Oh, Ellie, I'm so sorry. You called
Auntie Kathy.
You said something about a shorty.
You said I left.
Sorry.
My mom said I was down there.
Okay. All right. So, Sandy on the 17th, when she had found the body, I don't know if they can hear me from here. Let me get okay. So when
here's the thing though. When was she? And this I couldn't tell. When she found the body, did she come home or was she in a different room? Because I couldn't see where
there wasn't anything written down about it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Making sure you didn't
that we could find. No, I didn't. So when they were starting the investigation on the 17th, she was so hysterical they had to haul her away in an ambulance.
Yeah.
So she could hardly form a sentence on the 17th. On the 18th, when she was in this video walking around taking
the house,
she was completely coherent, just not a tear in her eye. She was in the room where she found her longtime boyfriend, didn't blink.
Yeah.
Okay. In this video, this is where things got interesting. In this video, she walks into the kitchen. The camera is following her. The lights are pretty dim at this point. Her back is to the camera as she's walking into the kitchen, and she's walking past the counter, looks over, reaches and grabs a glass of wine.
Drink.
Oh, did we on?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
So grabs this glass of wine, puts it in her purse, and then keeps walking, turns on the light switch on the wall, and then walks with her back to the camera, walks backwards, saying something to the person operating the camera. This is two flags. Okay.
I love your flags. You're so stinking cute.
This was my favorite idea. Okay, one of them. So, since the house wasn't treated as a crime scene because it was an obvious overdose, that glass was never tested. Never tested. So, we don't know.
So she takes the wine glass, puts it in her purse, leaves, and nobody ever sees it or hears, stop, you're being a mustard.
It's brought up a bit as the trial goes in and everything. She told Dateline that, She told Dateline in an interview that she hid the glass because it was a very stressful day and she poured herself a drink, but she didn't want people to judge her for drinking that day. I get it. So for that, we take one of the two back. I get it. I can see that. Okay. It might be a good excuse, but also I can see it. But yeah, definitely. Okay. So also in this video, she walked past the safe where the dime was, pointed to it and said, the safe is empty, and then kept walking.
I mean,
the safe was closed and locked.
Oh, well.
She never opened it in the video. How would she know that? No, I did not do a Russo pour. She did.
She did a Russo pour.
She did. So how would she know that? It returns.
Okay. So it is 10:15. Just a quick reminder, as we're starting to get into more the nitty-gritty.
Yes.
The chewy part of the crime. Don't forget, we do still have that mystery box giveaway going on. So we'll be doing that here probably in about 15 minutes. There'll be two winners. So $5 gets you in. Chance to win the Larceny B522 or a mystery sample flight from the Double R collection with a challenge coin from Women of Whiskeys.
And my favorite super chat of the night gets an extra entry into the giveaway.
True.
It's true.
Okay.
Okay, so another problem with the autopsy report,
She's looking at us.
if he had really taken 50 to 60 Xanax pills like they said he did, there should be some particles of those pills in his stomach. Nothing. There was nothing in his stomach.
He should at least have bad breath.
At least, like something. So there was a suspicion that the Xanax and the heroin were liquefied. And then how would that be delivered?
Oh, geez. I don't know.
Maybe in a
Glass of
wine glass?
wine?
But that would probably taste really weird and bitter, right?
I don't know. It depends on what.
You would think?
Well, I mean, he was always pretty much out of it.
Because they found heroin in his stomach.
I don't know how anybody gets
So-
heroin in their stomach and not know it.
If it was liquefied, I'm just saying. But then, it's super bitter. The autopsy report also found restraint marks on the wrist.
Give me one of those flags.
It's a flag.
It's
Okay.
a flag.
Red flag. All right. So
Mark Evanecker, I'm in for the samples and coin. Woohoo!
the police are conducting some interviews. They talked to the housekeeper, who stated that Sandy had called that day and told her to stay home. Stay home. Take the day off.
Now, that was actually a big part of the trial because I remember even when I moved there, they were still going back because this trial didn't just end after one trial.
Right.
Which,
We're getting there. Yeah.
yeah. So, the big thing was this housekeeper thing
Mm-hmm.
because, it's not like Sandy wasn't one to get down on her hands and knees and scrub the floor,
Right.
or do a dish or anything else.
So why was she given the day off?
Wait a minute. Xanax and heroin is bitter. Malort is bitter. Oh, see, that would have been my favorite super chat. That's probably my
true.
best comment
That's
of the
true, that would've
night.
been good.
That was pretty good.
So
Hey, Bobby. Cheers. Bourbon Battalion's in here.
the gardener was at the house that day. Outside, of
Oh,
course, he's the gardener.
I don't think I read that.
But the blinds were closed, which was an anomaly. The blinds were never closed at this house.
You're going to run out of flags.
No, I have 50.
Okay.
So here's another. We're going to go back in time for a second because here's a fun little tidbit. Just a few days before Ted's death, Sandy went to a beachfront hotel in Beverly Hills for a romantic getaway. Sandy called ahead and ordered roses and wine to be delivered to the room as a surprise for her husband.
What husband?
Husband? She's not married.
She's a widow.
Excuse me. No, this
Well-
was before death.
No.
They weren't married.
You're right.
They were just in a long-term relationship.
That's right.
So what husband, Sandy? When she signed into the room, she signed in as SM, Sandy Murphy, Tavish.
Okay, but I have to say, have you seen pictures of, I think we have some, of Tavish?
Yes.
So
He's
Rick Tavish just looks like a charm. Well, not there. He doesn't look like a charmer. He looks pissed off as hell right there.
but he is
in the courtroom.
The structure,
But, I mean,
that's a nice face.
that's I mean, if you were into rugged, tall, dark-haired men, I mean, he's definitely fits that profile.
Yeah, definitely.
And he has that persona of I'm going to have everything I want someday, and I'm going to give it to you. Doesn't that just scream Sandy Murphy's type?
Bourbon Battalion, thank you so much. Yes, every time I saw a picture of him, I was like, oh my gosh, it's Will Ferrell.
Yes.
Every time, every picture, every video, everything, I was like, it's
Will.
Elf. It's Buddy the Elf. What's your favorite color?
Yeah, every time.
It's Ricky Bobby. Yeah. Okay. It's like looking in the mirror.
Like looking in the mirror. Yes.
Yes. So there still wasn't enough evidence.
Livewire says, easy ladies, I'm taken.
Oh, Tim said young Will Ferrell too. Yep. See, thank you. Okay.
Oh, I'm not messing with you, Mike. I love your wife too much, and I'm a little scared of her. Not gonna lie.
So there still wasn't enough evidence for an arrest. A lot of red flags.
A lot of red flags.
But not enough evidence for an arrest. So Ted's family was like, all right, here's what we're going to do. We're going to take Sandy and Rick to probate court in the hopes that we can get some answers from them under oath.
And that's
It's a smart move.
I'll be honest, that's where I got a lot of this deposition, a lot of this transcripts was from the depositions in that trial.
Yeah. And in this trial, even though there was a lot of good information, Sandy pleaded the fifth more than 200 times. And Rick pled the fifth 98 times. So the family didn't get much of anything out of it, but Oscar Goodman, Sandy's lawyer at the time.
Sandy's lawyer,
Wait,
future
who?
mayor.
Who?
Sandy's
Oscar
lawyer.
Goodman? No, that doesn't deserve it yet. He said that Sandy was totally within her rights to plead the fifth. So, all right, cool. Good information came out of it. Not enough for an arrest.
No.
Still not enough. The police found an old friend of Tavish who stated that about a week or two before Ted died, Rick asked this old friend if he would help him kill a wealthy casino owner. Okay. So, then Rick paid off a loan to his brother-in-law using rare silver coins.
Rare silver coins.
Okay. And then, this one's maybe my favorite.
Okay.
Sandy told her manicurist that her boyfriend would die of a heroin overdose within 3 weeks of September 10th. It was 1 week later, for the record.
Okay. Who does that, though? Oh, yes, you know what? That is exactly how I wanted my nails to look. Thank you so much.
And also, you know what?
By the way, did you know that my boyfriend, I think he's going to die of a heroin overdose.
Within the next 3 weeks.
Within 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Bye. Have a good day.
Here's a tip.
That was her tip.
Right? So, June 24th, 1999, not quite a full year has passed. Rick and Sandy are grocery shopping together, and they're arrested for first-degree murder. There's a cougar in the car. That's a good one. That's a Ricky Bobby quote. For the record.
Goodness.
For the record. Okay. So,
thank you for that. Thank you.
They're arrested. This new character, Bill Fuller, comes in. I don't have a picture of him. That's where I messed up. I apologize. There's no picture of Rick. But imagine, wealthy businessman. He's Irish and best known for a chain of ballrooms in Ireland. And he's living in Vegas at the time. He finds out about this whole thing. And he's like, there's no way Sandy could have done this. Doesn't know Sandy personally.
Right.
Just hears about it. He's like, oh no, this person is absolutely innocent. Can't stand the idea of her sitting in jail.
She has a way with rich men.
She does. So
he
started
Sandy fans.
He started visiting Sandy in jail.
Sorry, honey.
Started visiting. Sandy couldn't afford a good defense. But Bill Fuller could. So he posted bail, set her up an apartment, got her a outstanding defense team. People were like, oh, she's having an affair with this guy, obviously. Otherwise, why would he be doing all this for her and giving her all this money again?
Because he wants to have an affair.
He didn't. I mean, I don't think it was.
Mm-mm.
Like, I think he just really wanted to help, and he had the means to do so, so he did.
I think he just saw her on TV and saw the stuff and wanted to help her.
I can help.
Yeah.
I can do this. So, there was one point that in the trials, she painted the tracking device on her ankle to match her outfit, which just like really displayed. You can see it right there. It matches her shoes. It just really shows how much like she just didn't seem to be taking things seriously in the trial.
Well, they look like they're having a blast.
I know. They look like we're on trial for first-degree murder, but yay, this is so fun, and look at my accessories.
Oh my gosh, my boyfriend's dead, but my lover's beside me. It's okay.
Everything's fine, and I match. So, and this like kind of demeanor was very similar to what we saw in that video the day after the murder too.
Yeah. Like
just interesting. So the trial began on March 27th, 2000. There were over 90 witnesses and 16 full days of testimony. Real quick, I'm going to pop through a few of the exciting things that happened in that testimony.
Okay.
The prosecutor brought in celebrity pathologist Michael Batten, who you might remember him. He was the host of the reality show Autopsy. Did we have you on? And he also testified in the O.J. Simpson case.
Yeah.
O.J. Simpson case.
Mm-hmm.
He was kind of treated as a celebrity. During breaks, he was giving autographs. But when he went on the stand, he was like, he went to the coroner's office, by the way, took tissue samples, kind of did his own autopsy.
So this is a famous autopsy guy. He's been doing interviews. On breaks, he's signing autographs. I mean, it's he's on stage.
Yeah. So he stated that Ted died by some obstruction to the nose and mouth and pressure on the chest, deemed suffocation by sitting on the chest and starving the lungs of the air.
So they sat on his chest and pushed down.
Yep.
Okay.
And he said that it was like suffocation is one of the hardest things to prove because it just doesn't leave marks. However, he was like, there was an impression of a shirt button pushed into the skin. And there was. It was about the size of a button, red. And he said that the coloring of the bruising showed that it was like immediately before / during death. It kind of looked like a blood blister, like an early blood blister.
Okay.
I was like, okay, yeah. Tried to find a picture to show you guys. I couldn't find one. I'm sorry.
Mark says, get your flags ready.
Yep. Ted's estate lawyer, James Brown, you know that guy. He expanded on his words that Ted said the day before he died. And it was, take Sandy out of the will, comma, if she doesn't kill me tonight. Followed by...
That didn't come up before.
Nope. Followed by, if I'm dead, you'll know what happened. Family lawyer.
I don't understand all this shady shit.
Okay. Then in cross-examination, he also admitted that he initially thought that Ted's death was due to a drug overdose and a heart attack. As a lawyer, I mean, he was there a lot in the house, obviously, but okay. Don't know why that information was relevant at the time, but keep it in mind for later. Okay.
Flag drop. Boom.
Boom. We already did that one. Just kidding. Then the jury took 8 days to deliberate. Came back May 18th. Found Tavish and Sandy guilty of first-degree murder, conspiracy, and
Grand larceny.
Sentenced to life with the possibility of parole. Sandy a minimum of 22 years and Tavish a minimum of 25 years. So,
but wait, there's more.
October 9th, 2000, the Nevada Supreme Court ruled that Binion had legally cut Sandy out of the will on the day before his death. So,
Poor
she has
Sandy.
no money. Sandy. Then,
but wait,
there's more. Then Bill Fuller goes through and fires Sandy's whole defense team. Okay. He brought in...
So, is Sandy accepting visitors?
But wait. So, he brought in Alan Dershowitz, who was like a young, semi-inexperienced, very unknown lawyer, to file an appeal. Like, you went from a star-studded lineup of lawyers to, like, this new guy. Like, I'm just going to go to the other end of the spectrum and see what we can get here. Let's see what we can get out of this guy. So we filed it October 12th.
That explains my young dating days.
Right? Right? Same. Okay. So he filed that October 12th, and he filed the appeal based on the claim that James Brown, when he said, take Sandy out of the will if she doesn't kill her tonight, was hearsay and couldn't be proven. And it wasn't mentioned before the trial, too, which is interesting. Mm-hmm. Family lawyer.
So Mike brings up a good point. We are going to wrap up the giveaway.
Yes.
I know he's going to want to go to bed. I swear we're getting to the end of this.
We have like a page left.
There's like 2 more good turns that you got to hear. We are going to shut the giveaway down in 4 minutes at exactly 10:30 my time.
Mm-hmm.
So in 4 minutes, if you want to get in, the odds are great right now to win that Larceny B522 or the surprise sample flight with a challenge coin, $5 per entry. Barry Dixon's in for 2, says count me in. Also, if you want to go the PayPal or Venmo route, just tag Livewire Whiskey and let them know how many. Yes. And we'll get you in. So 4 minutes, we're going to shut that down. Hang with us because it gets a little twisty-turny here at the end.
So the Nevada Supreme Court justices were like, yep, this is right. All right. There were a few other things that they like tried to point out, but that was
so
a big
much.
one.
Yeah.
That was a big one. And so the Nevada Supreme Court was like, yep, you're right. All right. We're going to grant the appeal. We're going to allow the start of a new trial. So it took 4 years. October 12th is when it was filed. The appeal was filed.
So now they're getting another trial.
October 2004 is when the second trial finally happened. But in the meantime, Bill Fuller just went ahead and bailed Sandy out again.
I mean, why not?
Probably put her back in the same apartment.
Probably painted her ankle bracelet.
Probably, yeah. Yeah, so the second trial starts and Bill had hired... Oh, wait, I apologize. I take this back. Alan Dershowitz is the one who filed the appeal. The next attorney that came in, Michael Cristalli, was the young, unheard of attorney. I apologize. I had that backwards.
Okay.
Sorry.
Right.
Yes.
I'm with you
so
now.
he was brought in, young, unknown, again, but still, same thing. Like, we're going to the other end of the spectrum. Let's see what we can get done with this.
Mm-hmm.
What do you have to lose at this point? Like,
you know what? Hail Mary.
Right, yeah. So Tavish had hired Tony Serra for his lawyer, which was like an older, very well-known lawyer, and very much of a showman. Like
they're all showmen. It's Vegas.
Oh no, I saw a video of this guy. Like, he's
Rhinestone Cowboy.
Oh, he just did a really great job of painting a story.
All right.
Very animated. He was fun to watch. So Michael Baden took the stand which was the original like autopsy
That,
celebrity.
yeah, the one who was
Yeah.
doing the autographs
Yes.
and shit. Okay, yeah.
He took the stand and he stood his ground on the suffocation theory. He was like, nope, this was not a death by overdose. This was death by suffocation. So then they brought up a little bit more information about that button bruise.
Oh, yeah.
And they were like, so this is melanoma.
Wait, a bruise or melanoma?
It was like a red spot. Like I told you, like it looked like a blood blister.
Yeah.
It was a it was a melanoma. So
what,
then,
did they cut it out and test it? Is that,
I mean,
I would
like,
assume.
I think it was like a dermatologist was brought in to be like, so, but yeah, like turns out it was a melanoma. It was not a bruise, which means that when he said the amounts of heroin and Xanax in the system weren't enough to kill Ted, the suffocation theory ended up being thrown out because that bruise that like brought the whole thing together was not a bruise. So that piece of evidence was gone.
Your husband has a piece of jewelry for you.
But good fashion can breed confidence. All right. All right, sure. So then Sarah, Tavish's lawyer, brought him to the stand. Unbeknownst to Cristalli. So, like, Sandy's lawyer had no idea this was happening. All of a sudden, Rick Tavish got on the stand. And when he answered questions, instead of, like, when the lawyer asked him questions, instead of answering to the lawyer, he would turn and look at the jury and answer his questions to the jury and make eye contact with them.
That sounds like Amber Heard.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
And another.
What was that question?
And another Ted B guy.
Huh?
And another Ted B guy.
Oh, another Ted B guy.
Uh-huh.
I wonder
But
if
again,
that's a
different
tactic that certain lawyers instruct their
It might be.
people to do.
It very well might be. So yeah,
establish
he was
that
like
relationship.
and like Rick felt like he was really connecting with them. Like he really felt like he was doing a great job. But then the prosecutor came up for the cross-examination and he like hounded in on this deadly weapon charge to a former colleague that he had as a prior. And he really kind of dispelled all this stuff.
Right,
like then all the connection was just gone. So then during the closing remarks, Sarah came in. He was very theatrical during the closing remarks. Like the video is outstanding of it. The jury deliberated for 18 hours over 4 days. Like half the time as the previous one. So what they found, they came back and said they are not guilty of murder, not guilty of conspiracy, but we're going to go ahead and let the grand larceny and burglary charges stand. So,
grand larceny.
Sandy was sentenced 1 to 5 years, but she was credited for the time she had already served.
Yes.
So she was set free. Like, all right, this part of your life is over now. Go be.
Wonder what happened to the guy that kept bailing her out, because I don't think that's who she married.
No. Yeah, it wasn't fair. Everything was good. So then,
Hope she at least bought him a drink.
I hope so. A big one, a strong one. So then Tavish was sentenced 1 to 5 years grand larceny and burglary. Then he was also served 1.5 to 5 years on that deadly weapons charge we talked about earlier, the one that happened previously.
Right.
So Sandy left. Like she did not stay in Vegas. She was gone. Hightailed it out of there.
Yeah.
Like I would too. Your name is gone in that town.
Yeah.
Like just gone. So she went.
And the
She went
Binion
to
family's
Southern
coming for you.
Right, exactly. That too. So she went to Southern California.
Allegedly.
Coming for you. But she did go to Southern
Yeah,
California.
she did go to
I was like, no, she did.
No, I meant there.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
But the problem is she got no money from Ted's estate, remember? Because the will was
Right.
like, no, he changed it the day before he died. So she got no money from Ted's estate. And she's now at this point like married with 2 children, runs an art gallery. I brought up a recent picture of her. She looks great.
She does.
Well, I did. I don't know where it went.
I
I thought so too. I don't know where it is.
No, that's her in court. I don't know. But
I don't know either.
She, it's one of those things where you don't know. You're not. I always subscribe to the theory of if you don't sleep in my bed or pay my bills, then you have no clue what's going on behind my closed doors.
I found it.
There it is.
I found it.
So I think it's like we don't know. We sit here, we tell these stories, we give you the facts,
Tim.
and we joke and have a good time. But
Yeah.
you just gotta. We don't know. We don't know what the deal was. And sometimes something can start out bad and then have better intentions, or start out with good intentions and end up with bad intentions. But
Yeah. We don't.
I'm dropping those
She is.
life lessons.
Do you want one of these? Just for fun?
No, it's for regs.
Yes. And then Tavish was granted parole January 2010. And he now builds server farms to mine for cryptocurrency.
He's like a billionaire.
Mm-hmm. And in early 2022, he was overseeing construction on a $1.9 billion building for servers that would mine for cryptocurrency in North Dakota.
Oh, maybe that's what I read.
I think that's what you read.
Oh,
so yeah, he's doing okay too.
That was your part of the research. I skimmed over and saw 1 billion. That was a recent.
Yeah, that was early 2022. That was like February of this year. And that picture of Sandy was from January of this year. Like,
so I mean,
they have recent updates.
They're starting their lives.
Yeah, they're doing well.
Do I think that they were shady? Yeah,
a little bit. I mean,
but I don't know if they.
Can you see this?
Okay. I don't know what happened, but I definitely think they were shady as AF.
Yeah,
so
I would agree. I would definitely agree. And we still don't know exactly what happened at this point.
Actually, okay, first of all, hold that thought.
Okay.
Second of all, I want to announce that we have now closed the giveaway. Thank you so much, as always, for those of you that donated. I love the fact that you guys support us. I hope you're liking the mystery box game. We're switching that up coming soon, our mystery box game. It's going to get better.
More fun.
So, it is closed. Mike, if you want to
let us add one more entry.
We do have to add an entry.
I don't know. I'm thinking Mark.
I don't know.
I mean, he brought in the.
That's because he complimented you.
But in addition to that, and this wasn't a super chat, but as a follow-up to that message, he also posted the recipe.
That's not part of the game.
It wasn't part of the game. It doesn't count as far as super chat goes.
All right, I'm torn, but I do think I have to go with Mark. But
Okay.
that was close.
It was. There
really
were like
close.
4 of the 5 super chats that
mine
came in that I was like.
2 that I was like, but okay. Yeah, extra point goes to Mark.
I agree.
Okay.
Okay.
So while Mike calculates that, let's talk about, real quick, there's a whole nother piece to this. There's all this stuff that people are making their judgments on based on this trial. Let's not forget all of the connected figures. Let's not forget that we had Fat Herbie that had just been killed. There was so many connections. There was so many backdoor handshakes. There's huge conspiracy theories that that the mob in Las Vegas may have had their hand in this. There's also Binion's past that is all connected to a lot of this as well. So this was a family with a lot of power. A lot of power and a lot of enemies and a lot of frenemies.
Yeah.
Frenemies. They had a lot of frenemies. So I think there's a lot of different things different ways this could win.
Yeah.
Okay.
32. Ready?
1 through 32.
We're going to push the button.
Can they even see it?
No, probably not. 1.
1.
The answer is 1. Okay, who was number 1?
Oh,
Okay.
You take that.
I'll take.
I'm so warm. She's so warm.
Ooh.
She's so tired.
Hi, sweetie.
You guys wore out my puppy
Come
dog.
Come here.
Oh, goodness. Oh, what was it? Did I miss? Bourbon Battalion. Oh, yeah. I like Bourbon Battalion's comment.
Oh, which boxes? I couldn't find the numbers.
You didn't put the numbers.
I don't know where we put them. I don't remember. You know what? I think I put them. They're up here.
Okay, so 1 is over there.
1 is over here. 2 is over here. I apologize. They're right off screen.
You had 6 jobs.
36.
36
Don't let her lie.
jobs.
That's why we had ice balls in the shaker, okay?
I gotta tell you guys, Kathy Jo, Jeb Singleton was number 1. Congratulations.
So do you want
1
1
or 2?
or 2?
No, I'll be honest. It was I had my hands full this week, and today Kathy Jo stepped up to the plate and saved the stream. So kudos.
I tried.
Jeb says, "Oh man, I think this is win number 3." Okay,
With box number 1.
Mark Singleton.
Mark Singleton.
Oh,
seems like 1 is the number, so go with 1.
1. Jeb picks 1. Do you mean hold peppers?
No, we good.
Okay, are you sure?
No.
give me the damn dog.
Whoa,
She
sorry.
just wrote on my
Pen.
my dress.
Pen in the dress.
Wrote on my dress.
It
It is a flight from our bar
Yes.
and
and
Look
the
at the
women of
whiskeys.
whiskeys challenge.
and the other side has
Criminals
criminals and cocktails.
It's good. I would hold it up to the camera, but you wouldn't see it anyway.
Oh, but
All right.
Bourbon says, "Cheers to Kathy
Oh.
Jo."
Cheers, thank
Cheers. No, she did good. It was awesome. It was awesome.
you. 28 entries now.
Mm-hmm.
And the winner is
Ellie.
the winner is 2. Oh my heavens! Wow. Okay, what's the next number?
No, you gotta go with 2.
11.
But
No, it was. I was just gonna is this going to? And then the next
it
like
showed
11.
up on the screen that time.
It did good. Okay.
I already won a coin, so happy to donate that
perfect.
back.
Okay.
So, Jeb, do you want us to put it up next week, or do you want us to go ahead and draw again for that tonight? Because we can do it either way.
Or is there someone specific that you want that coin to go to?
Okay.
Also an
so, what did you say the number was?
2.
2. I think
And Tim is in the
So-
on the patio going
Oh.
He's playing like the count.
Yes.
Okay. Just
I
checking.
got it. Yeah.
2 tonight. Okay. Then we'll do a third.
All right. Go nuts and do tonight. Woo, woo, woo.
So our third winner will get that.
Thank you. Yes.
Okay. Sounds good.
So number 2 is Bourbon Battalion. Bobby gets this box over here. Box number 2.
Which is
What could it be? Larceny B522. Wait. Larceny. Congratulations.
Oh, you're killing that a lot faster than I am. Your bottle kill
That's
is
because you
going
were
a little-
talking.
That's true. That's very true.
Or am I drunk? One of the two. Thanks for that.
It's the first one. It's the first one.
All right.
Okay, and then so how many do I have now?
So
Yes,
we
ma'am.
are doing one more. Did you already clear that, or can you tell us how many entries would be left, Mike? Bobby, are you going to Las Vegas, or do I need to Pony Express this your way?
Yeah, that's good. Mark might have a point.
No, I would not.
I have to drive tomorrow.
No, you don't.
No, I don't. I gotta sit in the passenger seat
Don't lie.
and watch movies on my tablet
Oh,
for
my
12
God.
hours. Life is
So-
good. 24.
24 entries left. This person wins the challenge coin that was donated back.
21.
21.
Okay.
What do you think? Thought it was Sheila. So, as always, we will be here next Wednesday. Now, she is driving back from Las Vegas Wednesday morning.
Yes.
I am flying back from Las Vegas on Wednesday. So we have
And
no
I will
idea.
be coming in sideways.
Yes. So this could be all kinds of nutso next week, but I hope you're here for it.
We might just hang out for an hour and tell stories. A new car.
A new car.
We might just hang out and tell stories for.
I don't know.
an hour and
I'm pretty
have a
sure
blast.
that we'll have some stuff to give away from Vegas.
Oh yeah.
I'm pretty sure that we're going to be tired and silly as shit.
Oh my heavens.
And my dog is going to be glued to me, and Mustard will be glued to you because we haven't seen that.
That's true. Yeah.
It's going to be fun.
That's true.
Lots of fun.
Jerry Black.
Jerry Black. Yeah.
Jerry Black.
Jerry
wins
Black
the
gets a coin.
Okay. Wonderful.
All right. So those of you that won things, if we don't already have your address, or if you've moved or need to update, email us at womenofwhiskies@gmail.com. And do puppy shit with you? That's why, because you're drinking a cocktail.
What?
What?
That's why what?
You still have that because you're
I
drinking a cocktail.
saved this for the very end so I could drink it at the very end.
Guys, thank you so much for hanging out with us. You know what?
Will said it was an Ellie ounce. We have to take 3 drinks.
Oh, good Lord.
Is that because she
No,
doesn't
that's
have often?
not. She has to take 3. I'm the mom. I get to take 2. The Ellie mom. Ellie is perfect, says Mike.
I like how you clarify the Ellie mom.
Was that you?
No?
Was that Ellie?
Maybe. Yeah, I'll bet you Ellie touched it.
That's hilarious. Ellie wants to say thank you to our
since we're
Patreon
here.
sponsors.
That's hilarious.
Ellie says thank you for all of your support and everything that you do for us. We could not be who we are without you. Thank you. And if you could turn that off, Ellie, thank you so much.
That was beautiful. Good job, sister. She's like, I'm helping, guys. I'm helping. You're welcome.
All right. It's so funny because when she did that, I was like trying to reach for it to pull up the slide.
Were you really?
I really was.
Oh, that's
why I
hilarious.
handed
I just
her.
figured you did it.
No, I handed her to you
That's
to do it, and then
hilarious.
she stepped
Okay.
on your laptop.
I like it.
All right.
I'm going
it's
to move the
chaos.
mouse away from that now.
So, everybody, again, thank you. Another one for the books. I love this crime. It was so much fun. I
It was
feel
so
like
much
we
fun.
had to glaze over so much of
I know
the
there were so
nitty-gritty.
many more rabbit
There
trails
was
that we
so
wanted
much
to do.
good shit behind this.
But yeah, like buried treasure,
Ah.
mob, murder, conviction, acquittal.
Politicians with dirty
Yes.
hands and deep
I mean,
pockets.
We're going to his restaurant next.
That's right. Yeah,
In 2 days.
we're gonna be there. So but
Yay! And we're going to Binion's.
I see a follow-up in the future.
Oh yeah.
Content video.
Oh, absolutely.
All right, guys, we're gonna head to Vegas in a couple of days, and we hope to throw out some reels and some YouTube shorts, maybe some lenses for the patrons.
Get ready.
But we'll be here no matter what next weekend. We wouldn't miss it for the world. And thanks for joining us. Remember, there's no wrong way to drink your whiskey. You just drink it how you like it. You share it with